Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to y'all. Hope you're having a good one. Let's see who we got hanging out with us. Troy is here this morning. Good morning, Troy. Appreciate the thumbs up. Thomas Grimm, good morning. Larry's here. Good morning. He says 55 degrees and the wind's blowing lickety split. Yeah, I watched Joanne's forecast this morning, and I guess it's sometime tomorrow. There's some weather headed this way, rain. I'm kind of on the right edge of it for tomorrow, but I did look at I want to see how far out it was, so I looked at my app on my phone and saw that it looks like it's over in Texas and Louisiana and stuff right now, heading this way. But Joanne says she thinks that the only counties that'll be affected by possible tornadoes and stuff will be everything west of Atlanta, which, not to wish any bad luck on them, but I hope that she's right, because then that means I won't get anything. She says it'd probably be calmed down by the time it moves through Atlanta, and that's just fine with me. I don't like any of that rough stuff. Don's here this morning. Good morning, Don. Appreciate the thumbs up. We got a few of them going on over there, not many. Steve Gronsky's here. Good morning, Steve. Appreciate the thumbs up. Marcelo's here. He says, good morning, Dave, and everyone that's joining us. Yep. Let's see who else is here. David Davis is here. Good morning. Sean's here. Good morning, Sean. Gary's here. Good morning. Kenneth says, morning, thumbs up. Rain all day. High 49. Real feel 36. Yikes. And that's in Missouri. Okay. Kevin Els is here. Good morning, Kevin. Old buddy Jerry Brown snuck in here. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you here this morning. Steve and Brenda Williams, good morning. Bart Bixel, good. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Thought I'd drop in. Yeah, you hadn't been around in a little while, have you, Bart? But that's all right. Glad you're back with us here. I don't really have much to talk about. I did get a chance to. I had to work more than what I wanted to yesterday, which these days doesn't take much. But yeah, it took me a little longer to get on my little priorities done, and I figured I better go ahead and stick with it and get everything done so that I would free up today, so that I have more room to play around and do what I want to do. So I did get a chance to, once I got everything done and cut on my CNC, I moved the Enjoy wood back to that table. You brought the laptop out and fired it up, and I checked that. I didn't really check it during the Saturday night show, but I checked the little SD card that they sent that was in one of those little USB adapter things. And I checked that just to see what was on there, and I really didn't see anything that was on there. There was no programs. There was no, I thought maybe there'd be a driver for that machine, because that's one thing that took me a minute Saturday night is I had to, because when you start up Lightburn, you have to tell it which machine you're doing and set up the size and all that kind of stuff. And there wasn't anything, on that. So I just set it up as a basic Gerbil machine and told it that the bed was 410 millimeters by 400 millimeters. And then of course it would work that way. And that's how I'm running it. But there's no driver or anything where it's going to find that machine. So I thought that was a little unusual that there really wasn't anything worth anything on that little SD card. Although one of the other videos that I've watched for another YouTuber that did a review and stuff on that, he had, I want to say it was an Atom stack. I could be wrong, but I think it was an Atom stack. And it came with some little offline controller thing. And he noticed, and I have also noticed, that on the side of that little controller box that's right in the front, on the right side of it, there's an HDMI port. And that guy was saying, well, I wonder if, it looks very similar to his Atom stack. So he goes, I wonder if that will work. So he took his little offline controller from that and plugged it into the Enjoywood, and it did work. So I'm guessing that's part of how all that SD card, or TF card is what they call it, would work, is you could put that in there and then use your little offline controller to run it straight, without having the computer hooked up, is what I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. So let's see. Curtis is here. Good morning, Curtis. Jesse's popped in here. Good morning, Jesse. Man, we got a bunch of y'all in here this morning. Let's see. Lonnie's here. Good morning. Kenneth says, are you going to carve pumpkins? No, probably not, unless they're wooden pumpkins. I'm not going to try to carve a real pumpkin on there. Larry says, mine didn't have a driver either. Okay, so did you set yours up as just a basic Gerbil? I mean, I guess you can change the name of the machine. You don't have to call it Gerbil. You can call it whatever, I guess. But it's not a big deal for mine right now, because when I turn my Lightburn on, I have the O-Tour and then this other one. There's only two of them on there, so. Charles says, good morning, Dave and Jack. Jack says, good morning. He is conked out. He's had a busy morning of doing nothing. But I see Clyde's here. Good morning. Let's see, Rob is here. Good morning, Rob. Sean says thumbs up. Yeah, we got a few more over there. See, we're still way behind because we got 15 thumbs up and 20. It says 23 of y'all watching. Okay, Larry says, yes, set up with longer Ray 5. Okay. Well, I'll probably go back and edit mine and change it to where it says Enjoywood A10 or whatever that number was that they have right on the thing. But it seems to work fine just with the, really no setting. Oh, and I did have to tell it, not just the bed size, but I had to tell it that it homes to the lower left. You have to tell it that too. So got that done. And it's working fine. I did a little engraving yesterday. Actually, I set it too big because I didn't want to be out there that long. And then when I realized it was going to take as long as it was going to take, I stopped it and shrunk it down so it wouldn't take so long. And then also turned the settings up a little bit because I was just using some of that scrap MDF stuff, and it was coming out too light. So uh, I realized that I had the maximum and minimum, not that big a difference. So I boosted the power up on the maximum and redid it, and it did pretty good. And I'll be out there playing around with it today. I'm going to fire it up and try to run some other stuff um, while I'm out there trying to get that other one set up. So that's the plan today. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be up to about near 80. Is what Joanne said. So it'll be a great day to be out there piddling around. The other thing I had a problem with last night is, like I said, it was probably about 8 o'clock when I started running that thing. And after it's run a minute, because it's just sitting on that CNC bed. After it's run a minute, I had come in the house for just a second and then went back out there. And it's when you're out there, you don't notice it that much. But when you leave and come back, it's like, holy crap, it's really getting smoky in here. Because I had the garage door closed. Of course, it's not in an enclosure. There's no fume extraction or something. I was just letting her run. So I thought, holy cow. So I had to grab my little box fan and turn it on and then open the garage door and have it pull the air out and get it all cleaned out. But yeah, that's the other problem with running that. You see my old tour, I've got it in an enclosure. Uh, and then I've got a thing set up where I can put it out the window if I need to. But yeah, I got a little stinky out there doing that MDF. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Mr. Ballard's in the house. Good morning, Ryan. Got your shelves looking good, buddy. Jim Senecola's here. Good morning, Jim. I got to tell you, Jeb, that was an awesome picture. In fact, it was so awesome. I'm going to see if I can find it now, the picture that you posted, and share it if you don't mind, because that was just really nice. That mug he made. I don't know if any of y'all seen it. I think it was in the Gatton. There it is. There it is. Let me get it queued up here now. I'll share it. This is some really cool work, and I'm assuming this was done on the rotary and maybe. Well, I'll let you tell it, Jim. But I'm guessing the handle was probably done maybe double-sided machining. If you want to, David wants to know what thickness MDF do you use? Well, I just had a scrap piece of 1/2 inch, but I was just engraving, so it was just putting it right there on the surface. So. Oh, let me hit the button. I got this pulled up here, but this is the mug that you posted. What's that thing now? That is super cool. I really like that. Really like that. Oh, okay. I'm 3D printer 30-hour. Okay, so that's just. Let me turn that off. Okay, so it's 3D printed. Okay, I thought, see, it looks so good. I thought maybe you had done that on a rotary axis and then made the handle with double-sided machining and glued it on there. But all right, 3D printing. That looked really awesome. Very, very cool. Let's see. Jerry says, I got my fume fan waiting on a cartridge filter. Yeah. Well, you don't, I think, Jerry, you don't have any windows in your shop, I think, right? You'd have to knock a hole in the wall to vent it outside. I've still got to make a, you can't quite see it because it's hidden behind the Dave thing. But over there, I have a piece of plywood with a, on that one, it just has the 4-inch flange because that was for the O'Tour when I had it sitting back here. And I could just raise this window up, stick that in there, and then drop the window back down. And I'm going to do basically the same thing, at least temporarily. I may knock a hole in the wall out there in the garage. I'm not sure, but this going to be a 6-inch thing. So I'm going to be just making a board to stick in the window, at least temporarily. I may change it up and go ahead and put a hole in the wall right below that window. I don't know, but just to test it all out, because I actually thought about going with an 8-inch. There's a 6-inch, 6-inch thing on the machine, but I know a lot of people buy the 8-inch AC Infinity fan, and because it pulls a lot more air. So I've already got the 6-inch. It came in Sunday, good old Amazon, and I'm gonna try it. So just to test it to see how well it does before I go knocking a hole in the wall, I'm just gonna put a board, because there's a window right there behind it anyway where I'm gonna put it. So it'll work out. So let's see. Jerry says, going in the house, I got 6-inch for the fan. Okay. Yeah, if you got a 6-inch for a little desktop, that should be plenty, I would think. Because like I said, I had a 4-inch when I was running that O'Tour back here and throwing it out this window right here that you can't quite see, and it did a good job as far as pulling that out. So I don't think it's going to be any biggie as far as the smell. But anyway, that's pretty much going to be my day today. I have to run to Publix. At least I think they have it. I got to get some distilled water, but I hope to be shooting some laser beams on that big one this afternoon, at least in the test mode, checking things out. So, and I still want to order, and I mentioned all this in the other video I did. I still want to buy that other set of nozzles and stuff from American Photonics. That just looks like a super easy way to do it. They have really got it figured out. So I think I'm going to do that, disable the autofocus, and I'll still be able to use the thing to raise and lower the bed, but there's when you use the stock lens and the way the autofocus works, every time you go to change the lens, it's a whole bunch of fiddling around. And American Photonics, the way they do it, it's the focal distance is all built into the thing you're putting in there, whether it's a 4 inch, inch and a half, 2 inch. The kit they have that I want to get is a 4 inch, which is a 2 inch, or let's see, inch and a half, 2 inch, 2.5 inch, and a 4 inch lens and tube. So it's already set. You just stick it in there and use the same little um, spacer. I think it's 10.5 millimeter, I believe, to set the focal length. So it's the same for all of them, and it works really well. A lot of people are raving about them, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get one right off the rip, because I totally get how it works. Ryan says, running to the orthopedic, my shoulders are jacked. Yeah, that's probably happened from pulling around on those heavy ass shelves you got, would be my guess. I'm not your doctor, but that would be my my diagnosis there. That's why I am, man. My shoulder, my left shoulder hurts pretty much all the time these days. But earlier on, I could, it would always hurt a day or 2 days after I've just cut up a load of plywood, because I'd go to Home Depot, get a truckload of plywood, bring it back, and it's that pulling it off of the bed of the truck onto some sawhorses and stuff, and cutting it up and then picking them up and doing that, because I'd only do it once in a while. I'd go get a big stack, and then I'd have a big supply of it. And man, for the next day or two, my shoulder would just kill me. And now it's pretty much got where it hurts all the time if I raise it up. It's I don't know what I've done to it, but it's it's makes Advil my friend. So let's see here. Lonnie says, my only plan this morning is I got some homemade canned biscuits in the oven. All right. That sounds good. Larry's going to go vote. Great. That's good to know. Everybody should get out and vote. Client says municipal voting yesterday here. Okay. Yeah, Jim says be careful when cutting MDF with the laser, bad fumes. Yeah. MDF, I mean, let's face it, MDF is just crap. Whether you're cutting it with a laser, engraving it with a laser, doing it on a router, I mean, the dust gets in. I mean, it's just, I mean, think about it. It's a bunch of glue and dust stuck together. That's how they make it. It's all, so it can't be, uh, it can't be good for you to breathe it, no matter whether it's router dust or laser fumes. Either way, it's can't be good for you. Rob says he's going to blame the shoulder problems on the scoreboard. I don't know. I think from what he said, the scoreboard is big, and it's awkward, but I don't think it's very heavy, because I think it's mostly just an empty shell with electronic stuff in it. And I know he's been putting up those shelves here recently, which has probably aggravated whatever kind of stuff he had going on before. Troy's ragging you now. He says maybe it's just an excuse for not getting the shop doors put up. Oh, it's been a mess for years, but getting worse. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of fun getting old. It is a lot of fun. get up. Yeah, when I think of some of the stuff I did when I was younger, it's like, man, I can't believe I never broke a bone. Really nothing. Nothing. I've never had, like I said, when I had my heart attack, that was the first time I've ever been in a hospital. Uh, never had been in an ambulance before, and then all of a sudden, in one day, I get to ride in two of them. uh, but yeah, you can just sneeze and hurt yourself when you get old. Don't ask me how I know that, but you can. Or bending over trying to put your socks on. That's my major accomplishment of the day, really. If I can hold my breath long enough to bend over and get my shoes and socks put on, it's a good day then. Uh, just, but we gripe about all the aches and pains we have getting older, but it's still better than the alternative, I guess. Still better than the alternative. Let's see. Steve says they sure are proud of the affinity fan. Marine builds fans or a lot less. Yeah. Now, I don't know if we're talking about the same fan or not. Mine is a AC. It's AC Infinity. Infinity, not Affinity. So I'm not sure we're talking about the same one. And it was, excuse me, I think I bought it off Amazon, and I think, well, I'll just look because every time I try to go from memory, I'm way off. I want to say it was $129, $129.99, I think. Yeah, there it is. It's the AC Infinity Cloudline. Wait a minute. That thing says it's $109. And I bet you it just went down after I bought the dadgum thing. Because I'm pretty sure. Now I got to try to find what I paid for it. Let's see. View order. Okay, 119. So it still went down $10 more. And I just got it Sunday. Yeah, so $119. So I don't think that's too bad. I don't know. I don't know what the other fans are you're talking about, but yeah, I don't think they're bad. And I think one reason why people might think they're kind of expensive is because their big thing is that they're quiet compared to other fans. That's that's why everybody tells you to get one. Although I don't really care about the quiet part as long as it does its job. But this one is supposed to be quiet, and it's got some kind of a because this fan is going to be mounted on my wall, at least for this temporary setup. It's going to be mounted on the wall under the window, and then the duct will run from the machine to the fan, and then there'll be another piece going from the fan up to that little thing I'm going to stick in the window. And so I don't want to have to walk all the way around there to turn it on or plug it in or anything like that. So it comes with a little remote where you can just hit it and set the speed of it right there with the remote, which will be nice. So, well, that was my timer. I guess we're going to get out of here. Uh-oh. Let me back up. Excuse me. Let me back up here. Lonnie says he has more hardware in his neck than bone. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sean says, I guess he's talking about MDF crap stuff, but it cuts so clean on the laser, no pockets of clear. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Even cutting it with a router, it's clean, as far as the cuts and the pockets and stuff you can get. It cuts like butter, but it's just the stuff it puts in the air that's, you know, nasty to breathe. But, let's face it, nothing is going to be good to breathe. Any any of that stuff we play with. So, all righty, I'm going to get out of here. I saw one more thing here. Jim says, "Well, my wife is having shoulder I can't even talk. Shoulder surgery on the right side next week. Major tear in the tendon." Okay. Well, I hope they get her fixed up, Jim. It doesn't sound like a fun time there, especially on your right side if you're right-handed. Because that's one thing about mine. My shoulder hurts, but it's on my left shoulder. So I use it a little less than I do my right one. So all right, let's get out of here. Where we at here? We are on 597 today. So we got just a couple more, 3 more before we hit 600. So we will try to do that, Lord willing, if the creek don't rise. So everybody have a good one. Happy Tuesday.